for sale and also discontinued operation. Non-current asset for sale will be for SFP. Discontinued operation is for SPL. Okay. So IFRS 5, non-current asset held for sale and discontinued operation, two things. Require assets and group of assets that are held for sale to be presented separately in the SFP, and the result of discontinued operation to be presented separately in the SPL. Asset held for sale, SFP, discontinued, SPL. Okay, so we're going to look at these two, the format. We look at definition first. Definition here, non-current asset held for sale. Means you're intending to sell already. It can be an asset, it can be a group of assets. Okay, so if it's a disposal group, means a group of assets. A group of assets to be disposed of. Repeat, individual asset, or it can be a group of assets. We call that the disposal group. A disposal group is a group of assets to be disposed of. Terbalik je lah. Disposal group means a group of assets to be disposed of, okay, by a sale or otherwise, as a group in one single transaction. Yeah, one shot as a group. And liability directly associated with those assets. The liability that is associated with those assets. Example, now I got a, when we buy property is our asset. Do we also actually take loan to buy an asset? Yeah, so the liability that is associated with this asset. So if we intend to sell this one, assets, okay, we also look at the liability that is associated with this asset. Okay, Nabila? All right. Directly associated asset that will be transferred in the transaction. The disposal group can be subsidiary. It can be CGU. Means when you want to sell, this group can be a subsidiary, buy to sell, or it can be a CGU that we intend to sell, the disposal group. Okay, and then of course CGU, we just explained what's the definition. Smallest identifiable group of assets to be sold with generate cash flow independently. Okay, this is how it looked like. The presentation for non-current asset held for sale, page 35. Non-current asset for sale, SFP. So this is how the SFP look like. A non-current asset normally is classified as at the top, non-current asset PPE. What does it mean? Non-current asset means we intend to hold it for more than 1 year. Now that you intend to sell, means this asset will not be for long term. Must we classify them to current asset? Yes. So from a non-current asset, we put it as under current asset. Non-current asset held for sale is a land, is a building, or is a disposal group. If there's an associated liability, which is normally under non-current liability in my loan, if I intend to sell, I classify them as current liability. The loan, current asset, the loan will be classified also as current liability. Okay, now? This is for non-current asset held for sale. Question. From non-current asset, transfer and classify as current asset. How much? Here. Or before how much? When? The condition. Okay. When can I do that from non-current to current? Back to here. Page 33. Yes. When can I reclassify to current asset? Or when must I? Here. The asset must be available for immediate sale in its present condition. Means it can be sold anytime, immediate sale. And the sale must be highly probable, not just probable, highly probable. Earlier we discussed, in our recognition, probable is 50%. Highly probable is very much higher than 50%. So before we go to highly probable, we look at available for immediate sale, meaning I have this asset and I intend to sell. Can I continue to use it now? Is my asset correct? Can I continue to use it? I can always use it because it's my asset. Now that a buyer is willing to buy from me, I can sell them, you can take them immediately. So can it be considered as available for immediate sale? Yes. So one example that is not considered as available for immediate sale will be, I have a factory, I sign a contract to produce goods for my customer. And this contract I intend to fulfill and is to supply goods for another half a year. So I intend to fulfill this contract. So I intend to continue to produce for another half a year using this plant. Meaning this plant cannot be sold. But I intend to sell once the contract is over. I want to sell, but is it available for immediate sale? So it's not available for immediate sale. Means it does not meet this criteria. Do I classify as current? No, keep it as non-current. Okay, it must be available for immediate sale, and it must be highly probable. What do you mean by highly probable? Next page, you have 5 bullet points there. To be highly probable, you must have one, the management must be committed to the plan to sell. Okay, now the plan to sell, active program to locate buyer. Means you see, I have a plan to sell. Means this okay, I have a restructuring. I got to have an excess asset. Okay, now what do? I have a plan, what I want to do, and how much I can sell. I got a budget. Is it committed to sell already now? Yeah, I commit to sell to the plan to sell the asset. And active program to locate for buyer. I even call an agent. Okay, can you please help me to look for the buyer? So yeah, committed to the plan. I'm actively looking for the buyer. And it is being actively marketed at a sale price that is reasonable in relation to the fair value. Okay, I have committed. I look for buyer, and the price, the fair value, market value. Let's say this property here or this asset here is worth 500 market value, and I'm planning to sell it at 3,800. Is it reasonable? If it's not reasonable, do you think people will buy? Means this sale is not highly probable. The sale is highly probable if the sale is reasonable. In relation, means if I plan to sell it at 520, 500, 480, yeah, reasonable price means the sale is highly probable. Okay, and unlikely the plan will be significant change or will be withdrawn. Very unlikely that I plan to actually withdraw. Okay, the plan to sell because I already very committed, and expect, not must, but I expect to sell it within 12 months. But if really cannot find buyer within the 12 months, then maybe more than 12 months. No worry, unless we got the reason. As long as the cause of the delay is beyond the entity's control. Some other thing we just can't sell within 1 year. It's okay. Continue to classify as current. You are not committed. You don't do anything to find buyer, means the sale won't be probable. Alright? So committed, actively looking for buyer, price very reasonable. Okay, expect to sell within 12 months. This sale is very highly probable, and it can be sold immediately. Therefore, we meet the condition. We're going to transfer from non-current asset to current asset. Question: we meet the condition. How much should I reclassify or classify down to here? Here. Measurement means how much? If I meet the two conditions, the two will be these two. I will reclassify. How much? The lower of the carrying amount compared with the fair value less cost to sell. If the carrying amount is 5,000 in my book, fair value cost to sell is 5,002, and the cost of the disposal is 500. So in my book, originally it was 5,000. Now that I have the intention to sell available for immediate sale, and the sale is highly probable because I already start looking for buyer, actively looking for buyer. The price is also quite reasonable. So do I meet the condition? Yes, I can reclassify. How much? The lower of carrying amount and 47. So we take 47. So 47. So from 5,000, I reduce it to by 300. What do I do with the 300? Charge to P&L. It's an impairment. Okay? Question. Now that I meet the condition and I reclassify to current asset as non-current asset held for sale, 47. Can I continue to use the asset? Can, but it must be available for immediate use. Do I depreciate this 47? Answer, no. Okay, we do not depreciate. Once you meet the criteria, transfer down, we don't depreciate. Here. We take the lower of the carrying amount and the fair value, so we take fair value, take the lower amount, and non-current asset should not be depreciated, even if it's still in use. Can use. Which one? This one, right? Is it? This one. Then 5,000 and 47 is the asset impact? Yes. So impact by 300. So the impairment should be recognized. But this impairment here is different from this impairment, the concept. Because this impairment is we look at internal, we look at external. Then we compare. Carrying amount with recoverable amount, which is these two, the higher of these two. But this impairment for IFRS 5 is when we meet the condition, when we transfer, we should take whichever is lower. This is the impairment for IFRS 5. It's not impairment that is based on 36. It is an impairment whereby the value dropped, but this impairment here is based on IFRS 5. It's not based on IFRS or IAS 36. Understand? IFRS 5 is this one. Okay, the value that we meet the condition to, we bring it take 5 and 47. The value has we take 47, so we have to impair. This impairment is based on which standard? 5. Cannot. It's not based on IAS 36. Okay, because IAS 36 is carrying amount with fair value and value in use. This one nothing to do with value in use. But it's still an impairment. Charge impairment, you can put it in admin cost, you can put it in other expenses. Okay. Done. We actually still have one more lah, but we keep it for our Sunday class. Let's summarize